All right, here's a story, a very bizarre story. A very bizarre story. There was one of the followers of the first Rebbe of Chabad, Rav Shneur Zalman. One of his Hasidim was a Hasid that was a genius, and he was, well versed in all the aspects of Torah and a God fearing person, but he had a tremendous sense of humor and a very deep sort of a sense of humor. Like for instance, one time he hung himself up. I guess there was some sort of a ledge or something come over the Rebbe's door, and he hung himself on that. According to other opinions, there was some sort of a bar or something, and he hung himself upside down. And the Rebbe said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Well, in front of a fish store, there's a big, sign out carved out from wood or something of a plank, carved out. There's a fish. In front of a shoe store, there's a shoe. You, Rebbe, you make Hasidim, so I'm hanging a Hasid in front of your door." Okay. But this is a really strange story. Listen to this. This is how I heard the story. It could be there's other versions, but this is what I heard. There was a particular Jew that he posed as a tzaddik, and he would go from town to town, and he would give these fire and brimstone speeches about how Jews are your sinners and this. And he said, "I have the power to heal," and he would give blessings, and he would take money. He would give blessings to people, and he take money. Okay, and he would go on a big, big white shtreimel and white garments, and he held himself very austere. He only looked forward, didn't look at people, never smiled, and he would speak in a low voice. Okay, so one time, either he came to the town where this Shmuel Munkus was. I don't know if it was Shmuel Munkus's town or they were both traveling together. In any case, he came to the town where Shmuel Munkus was. And Shmuel Munkus, he heard about this person and he realized that the guy was a big faker, but nobody believed it. I mean, he wasn't going to go around and say this fellow was a faker. So the fellow went to sleep, he went to the hotel where he was, and he demanded from the hotel owner that he should stay there for free. He said it'll be, $5 a night or whatever. It says, $5? You have any idea who I am? I am the big tzaddik from Broad or whatever, and I can give blessings, and I can also give the opposite, and etc. So, okay, you can stay for free. So he stayed there and somehow or other, the Shmuel Munkus, he got the key to the room, and he went into the room. I don't know if Shmuel Munkus himself was a shochet. A shochet is a ritual slaughterer or not. But in any case, he got a hold of a slaughterer's knife. Now, the knife that's used to slaughter cows is a long knife. It's about, it's about the size of your arm, actually longer. It's a long knife. It's a long knife, very long. And people who are ritual slaughterers, shochatim, so it's very important that the knife has to be sharp and smooth. So they have a stone, and they sharpen it up. So this fellow, this big tzaddik, he went to sleep. And in the middle of the night, suddenly he hears, he opens up his eyes, and there is Shmuel Munkus standing there sharpening up this knife, this big slaughtering knife. So the man said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Oh, Your Great Holiness, I didn't mean to wake you up. I'm sorry." So, "What do you mean you didn't mean to? What are you doing in my room? What is this knife? What are you doing?" So I said, "Oh. I'm glad you asked." So listen, I always go to visit the graves of holy Jews. There's a big thing in Judaism to visit the graves of holy Jews. Right? It says that when the spies went into Israel, so it says that Pinchas, whatever, he went to pray at the graves of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that he shouldn't do what the rest of the spies did. Anyway, praying at the graves of tzaddikim. It says that nobody knows where Moses' grave buried because people would go there and pray and they would get anything they wanted to. So it was concealed. So praying at the graves of tzaddikim is a very essential aspect of Judaism. Not a commandment, but it's a very essential aspect of Judaism because tzaddikim never really die. And the main thing of the tzaddikim is their physical, what they did in the world. So the place where they're physically buried is a holy place. So this Shmuel Mocha says, I go to the graves of tzaddikim to pray. So this person says, so what's that? He said, well, I'm getting old. And it's hard for me to go to these graves of tzaddikim. So I decided that you came to the town, you're a big tzaddik, you're a big holy person. So I decided I'm going to kill you and I'll bury you in my front yard. And it'll be easy for me. I won't have to go traveling all around to these, tzaddikim and, pray at their graves far away and take up my time and my energy. I'm an old man or I'm getting older. It's hard for me. So I'll put you in my front yard. So this person says, just 1 second, you can't do that. I mean, that's a big sin. I said, yeah, but you'll be in my front yard and I'll pray. And, then God will forgive me. God will forgive me. It's no problem. Okay, now just please be still. So he says, listen, the fact of the matter is, listen, he says, if you move around too much, I'm going to have to start. No, don't. He said, listen, the fact is, he said, I'm not such a big tzaddik. I'm not such a holy person as I say. Okay, you're a little bit, listen, I can't be choosy, you understand? I mean, just please be quiet. I'm just sharpening up this knife. He says, listen, the fact is, I don't really know how to learn the Torah. I can't learn the Talmud, this. He says, okay, Mishnah, you can learn. That's good enough for me. Okay, no, just a couple seconds and I'll be finished. He says, no, listen, I don't know Mishnah. I really don't know Mishnah. I can't learn Mishnah. Barely I can read the Chumash with Rashi. He says, listen, that's also good enough for me. I see you're here. Everybody gives you honor. They give blessings. Okay, let's get to work. He says, no. The fact is, I did all sorts of sins. I did a sin like this. I did this, and he starts confessing to him all of the bad things that he does. I'm a liar. I'm a cheater. I steal from these people. I use the money for not proper things. I'm not. And so Shmuel Mocha says, oh, a person like that. So no, I can't have a person like that in my front yard. I don't have even a neighbor like that. He says, okay, I'm not going to. Why did I tell the story? To make a proper reckoning of your soul, sometimes a person has to really be serious. My life depends on it. My life depends on it. I have to be genuine with God. Okay, Shmuel Mocha, of course, he wasn't intending to kill this person, but he was intending exactly the opposite, to enliven him, to make him come to a world of truth, who he really is, and to start living a regular, normal life, right? Right? So people won't give you money for free, and you won't be adored by everybody, and you won't be this, but you'll be genuine. That's the most valuable thing of all, to be genuine. So to be genuine with the Creator, that's the whole idea of the month of Elul. And the month of Elul, God is not standing over us with a big slaughtering knife and saying, I'm going to kill you because you're lying to yourself. No, but what he is saying, though, is your life depends on it. Living in a life of lies is being dead. Truth is life. No matter what you receive from the outside world, maybe you don't get your picture in the paper, maybe this. Getting your picture in the paper is not bad. Not bad, right? If God decides that he wants you to have your picture on the paper, good, but don't let it go to your head. Let it go to the papers. Have a good day with Mashiach now. Have a good Shabbos, Mashiach now. This Shabbos is Shabbos Mavorchin. It's this last Shabbat of the month of Av, and it's the Shabbat that blesses the coming month of Elul. Ani Ladodi Li. And Elul is 2 days. It is Tuesday and Wednesday. In other words, Monday night and Tuesday night. That's when begins the 2 days of Rosh Chodesh. Have a good month with Mashiach now, and God willing, we'll meet on Sunday, 8:15 in the morning. Or we'll see each other in Jerusalem and on Sunday morning with Mashiach Tzidkenu now. Shalom Uvracha. Have a good week. Have a good
Thank you.